Also, a really big reason why I chose them was because I will work with Abbedagge, who's been a really good friend of mine, and also I think one of the best players I've ever played with as well. Also, I think I will make him better, and he will make me better.
Hi everybody, this is Tom reporting from the LEC offseason. With me here is the new top laner of Shokunal 4. It's Broken Blade. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Is it weird to be back in Europe, realizing that you're not gonna go back to NA anymore after spending 2 years of your life there, of your career?
Obviously, I kind of built up something in NA. I believe, not only as like a player, but also like lifestyle wise. I made a lot of friends, obviously, but um, I think yeah, when I had my interview with Schalke, I told them that I'm taking a new path there. There's like a new door opening for me, and I'm going to do everything possible um, to make the best out of it. And I believe I have a really good chance. And I've been given a good chance, especially with my new teammates. I think they're all really talented, and we can make this work.
Yeah, when did you start talking with Shokunal 4? And maybe also, when did you realize, okay, maybe I want to explore more options and see where else I can go?
So basically, when I started to explore options was when Bjergsen decided to retire, since that one valuable spot that he had as a resident mid laner, it was suddenly gone, right? And um, yeah, after that, I had some talks with TSM saying that it's possible that I will be removed from the roster for the next season. So I asked if I can explore my options, and there were a few teams in NA and a few teams in EU that were interested, and Schalke was just the best option for me, since I did not want to go. I did not want to go to NA when I believed that I could not win. I'm a person that wants to win, even though I have only won one time in TSM. Like all these years that I've been on, I have been playing to win. I've been having that mindset, and if I cannot have that mindset, thinking, "Oh, this team is maybe not good enough, or it's gonna be really hard," I don't want to be on such a team. Obviously, on Schalke, I believe we can win. We have that potential. Obviously, it's gonna be really hard, but G2, for example, and Fnatic, they're all obviously these big walls in EU that everyone has to like climb over. But I do think it's possible, and or if Schalke has the best chances, that's why I chose them. And also, yeah, also a really big reason why I chose them was because I will work with Abbedagge, who's been a really good friend of mine, and also I think one of the best players I've ever played with as well. Also, I think I will make him better, and he will make me better, since we kind of have like a rivalry already, before before we were even like on our first team. We were in a team in an amateur league. It was Mysterious Monkeys back then, and then we were playing in Royal Bandits, and I was always comparing myself to him, and people were always comparing ourselves. And I think it's like I want it to be like a healthy kind of rivalry, not like I have to be better than him. I want us to make each other better, and also that kind of rivalry should like motivate other people on the team or even in the league to, get better, because I want to be the best.
Yeah, and is that then ultimately like this mix of still wanting to win, aiming for the championship is obviously what you're going for, but also maybe being reunited with somebody who you respect a lot? Is that ultimately why you went for Schalke then?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think going to EU, where I've never been to, and going to some team that I've already know some people, kind of feels like I already played here, because I played with some of the players, and obviously Gilius, I've talked to him before. He actually helped me a lot when I was looking for a team, when I wasn't on TSM, for example, when I was talking with him, like asking him for advice, since he was already in the scene, and he's like me, he's German Turkish, right? And yeah, it's just really nice to have a team with already. It's nice to be on a team where I have already friends, you know. And
yeah, I can imagine. So it makes you feel maybe more comfortable, like getting used to the environment and getting used to this particular scene. What I'm wondering is, you know, there's always a lot of memes between EU and NA. You know, that EU is saying NA is trash and stuff like, you know, that's just how it goes. But for you as a player now, making that step to the LEC, is that still a big thing to you? Or is it for you, you know, having played in the LCS and experiencing how it goes there, is it just, okay, well, it's a new league, new opportunities, we'll see how it goes?
Although I do believe that EU has the edge over NA, I don't think that NA is like a for fun region or whatever. They're really teams that do try their hardest, and I think it's kind of like disrespectful for me to even say that NA is a for fun region, right? But that's just how it is. That's just how memes turn out sometimes, and I kind of funny, obviously, when things like that happen. But I would never like say, just because I play in EU now, I would never say, oh, EU over NA. If I were ever to win against NA internationally, let's say I play against TSM, right? Coming Worlds, and we beat them, I wouldn't go on Twitter and like meme the whole region. That's just not. I mean, just to pay respect to that region, because I have played for it, and I'm sure if you ask Sven, for example, who plays in C9, he would say the same thing. He's a very, very hardworking guy, and you could really see that he just brings so much work ethic to the whole region. If someone would actually see how this guy works, or even Bjergsen, right? Who he was one of the greatest workers, like trying to get better at the game in my career that I've witnessed from all the players I've played with.
Yeah.
And it's something that just players have to respect, because it's just really for me it's like amazing of how they really make that region great, even though it's like kind of memed, you know.
Yeah. They're still like pillars of that scene in that way. But I'm not necessarily you can look up to EU and say like, okay, this is a big step, without necessarily disparaging NA, but it doesn't necessarily feel like that to you then either.
I mean, also a reason why I wanted to come to EU is because I thought it was something more challenging, because all the teams are on average better, and I do believe that I will, as a player, also because of the server solo queue, will become a better player, and I think that I have everything in my path right now is set up for success if I really do try, if I really do put the hard work in, if I put the effort in, if I really I'm 100% with my team, you know, and the team is also 100% giving everything they have, and I really think we have a really good shot, especially when, like, you just have to imagine that team Schalke came from such a slump to like a 10-game winning streak, and sometimes not even the best teams can have a 10-game winning streak, right? And obviously it's like kind of like a miracle run, whereas people can say like they had luck or whatever, but I do not believe so. I do believe that they were actually really, really good at the end of that summer split.
Yeah.
And I think we can actually get to that point again, especially right now. I think with what I have learned, for example, in TSM in these 2 years, I want to teach the players that have been here, and I want to learn all these things that they have learned. And I want to like learn these things and adapt those concepts, those tactics to my own gameplay as well.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, and I mean TSM, like at the end of the last summer split in the playoffs, had some sort of a miracle run themselves, right? Being knocked down to the lower bracket early and making it all the way to first place. So there's already some sort of that perseverance that you carry with you. Obviously, I hope for you guys that you won't have to resort to these emergency runs to still have a chance of making it, and that for you goes a bit better. But it's good to hear that, you know, you're like you have that perspective already that, okay, this is what I can bring to the team from my experience. Now, the final thing I want to touch on is I did an interview with Armut like earlier, and I asked him, okay, so you're gonna go to the LEC, and which top laners do you look forward to facing? Expecting, of course, like maybe you would say a Wunder or a Whippo who have in the EU scene have gained much renown, and he said, "Well, I'm mostly looking forward to playing against Broken Blade." And how do you feel about playing against Armut? Because obviously you go back to the TCL and from the Turkish scene. So how are you feeling about playing against him again?
Obviously, Armut was in TCL. When I was playing in TCL, I believe that the only one who got close to me was Armut, and the only one who could like really give me like a challenge. And I believe that Armut and me is gonna be a really big hype matchup for our Turkish community, because we come from the same community, and I do believe that a lot of people will actually bring in a lot of hype, especially the Turkish community, right? Obviously, there's going to be people saying Wonder, and it's actually really sad that Alfari left as well, but or Bripo, for example. But I will always be hyped to play against any top laner, but especially Armut. We're having so much history behind, and I'm glad I can actually play against him.
He called it a healthy competition, like not toxic at all, but still very much competitive. He definitely wants to best you in it. You have similar feelings, I guess, towards him.
Like he's one of my he's a very close friend, right? But in the on the Rift, he's kind of my rival. So I will not let him win.
All right. I think that's a great quote to end this part on. Now, finally, I, of course, want to give you an opportunity to say anything to the people who have been supporting you in the LCS, who now see you leave, but also to the new fans in EU and maybe even the Turkish fans who will follow you on this journey. Is there anything you want to say to them?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's a new step for me, and hopefully you guys are going to support me in whatever I do, however I will do. Hopefully we'll do really well. Especially all the fans that I've gotten from TSM and all my Turkish fans. I hope you guys are still there for me and will support me until the end of my career, and hopefully it's going to be a great one. There's really nothing more to say, really.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, man.
Thank you.